When it comes to buying gym equipment, you know that you're going to be in for a significant investment. The barbell is probably the most important place to spend some money, but even after that, you've still got your power rack, you've got your weights, you've got materials for your platform, etc. You get the idea. However, when it comes to strongman training, strongman implements, whether you're looking to actually compete in strongman or just add some strongman training in to kind of spice up your conditioning, something along those lines, there are a lot of free, or at the very least, cheap options out there, especially if you're willing to put in a little bit of DIY effort. So we're going to take a look at some of the things that we've either gotten for free or very cheaply or put together over the years in the hopes that this will help you out. First up, tires. When it comes to tires, rule number one is never pay for a tire. Tire dealerships, businesses that deal in tires, they have to pay to recycle, to get rid of these old, unusable tires. So if you call them up, you should be able to get them for free. So you've got your large tires like this and even bigger ones. We've got like 5 or 6 other ones out back. You can use these for tire flips. These obviously come from bigger equipment like tractors, construction equipment, stuff like that, down to your smaller tires like this. You can use smaller tires like this for strongman log training, so you can lay them flat on the ground, and now you've got crash pads for your strongman log. Obviously you're going to have to pay to buy the strongman log, but at least the crash pads can be free. This one we've turned into a sled. You can either put 1 or potentially 2 eye bolts in it, and then you're just going to hook up a carabiner to the eye bolt, and you can hook up a toe strap to that and throw it over your shoulder, and you've got a nice cheap sled that you can pull, and you can also load it up with weight, and we've got a video on that, and we'll link to that on some DIY toe strap options there. Also, this tire over here, this is for tire deadlift. So I'm going to flip this around here. This tire actually has to be able to hold air, and I did break my own rule on this. I did actually pay for these tires. We needed 4 tires that all matched. We needed 2 matching pairs because we had a strongman competition coming up and I was a little bit pressed for time. So we did pay for these, but you should be able to go to junkyards and either get them very cheaply or perhaps even for free. If you look on Craigslist, Facebook, Marketplace, stuff like that. But they do actually need to hold air. And what we've done here is we've got a 10-pound plate that's been mounted permanently. It's been bolted on. So we had to drill through the 10-pound plate. That was actually about the most difficult part. You may go through some drill bits there. We've got a video on this as well that we'll link to. But that 10-pound plate has been permanently mounted there because the hole in the rim itself is too big for the barbell. It would be far too loose. So this 10-pound plate functions as the receiver for the bar. So that works out really well for tire deadlifts. So you've got these tires that need to hold air, and the tires that don't hold air, you want to do one thing. If you're going to be storing these outside like we do, you want to make sure that you drill holes in them. So we drill four holes on this side wall and then 4 holes on the back side as well, just kind of spacing them around. So that way when it rains, the rainwater will drain out of it so you don't get this wonderful mosquito breeding ground just outside your back door. Next up, a DIY duck walk handle. We have a video on this as well, so we'll link to that. I don't actually remember how expensive it was to make this. It was not very expensive. It's just made from a bunch of black pipe and a flange here and a T-joint here just screwed together, and that's pretty much the whole thing. So you can do this really cheaply. You can use it for duck walks. You can use it for power stairs. Really cheap and easy to make. Moving on to farmer carry handles. Now, this is the type of farmer carry handle that you can buy commercially. I don't remember where we got these. One pair, these come in pairs, 1 for each hand. One pair was given to us, so we bought another pair to match so that when we have competitions, we can actually use them. You can have 2 people go head to head. However, since you have to buy these are not part of our consideration right now. So let's talk about this one. This is the homemade variety. So you can see, and we do not have a video on this one, but maybe someday we will. You can see that this is made from, it's about 5 feet long. It's just a piece of 4x4. And then beyond that, it's just black metal pipe. So you've got pipe here. This is 1.5 inch pipe. I think this is 1 inch pipe right here. And then you've just got the appropriate flanges. These are actually, in addition to being much cheaper, these are actually, although you may have to take out a second mortgage at the moment right now to buy wood, but they're my favorite because they're top loadable. You can just put the weights in on top. So when you set them down on the ground, they're easy to take the weights on and off. And then also they're not going to roll anywhere. The other style always kind of wants to roll anywhere. So if you're on a little bit of a slant, that can be a little bit of a problem. So again, if you're willing to do a little bit of DIY effort, these are a great option. And last up, at least for this video, stones. Now, Atlas stones, and we're just going to show you some footage of these because I can't walk outside right now because it's really windy and the audio would be terrible. Atlas stones are a great option. The issue with Atlas stones, and we've got a bunch of them, is that you've got to have the molds. However, and those cost money. However, if you can borrow the molds from someone, and we were fortunate enough to be able to borrow the molds from one of our members, so that didn't cost us anything except that we broke one and had to buy one as a replacement. But the concrete itself is very cheap. So that's a great option. If you've got access to the actual Atlas stone molds themselves, that's a great option. Another great option is just getting large boulders. You can find these on Craigslist, on Facebook Marketplace. Sometimes people are just looking to get rid of these. You might have to pay for them, but you might not if someone's just looking to get rid of some boulders from their yard or a field or something like that. We actually went out, again, this was motivated by a strongman competition that we had, so we actually did go out and buy some, but even so, we got a ton, literally a ton, 2,000 pounds of boulders, so probably about 10 boulders, something like that, for about 160 bucks, which is not bad when you've got a whole bunch of strongman implements. I think it maybe was only $150. So we've got stones from 45 pounds all the way up to like 220 pounds, something like that. So those are a great option. They're very hard to damage. You're more likely to damage your floor than you are to damage those stones, and they're easy to replace. They're awkward to hold, so it kind of fits in with that whole strongman vibe, and they're great to use for training. So that's a really awesome option. We hope this was useful, and if it was, please let us know. Hit the subscribe button or leave us a comment below or give us a thumbs up. We will see you next time, and as always, we hope this helps you get stronger and live better.